As we approach the start of the 2021-2022 NBA season, the most important factor around the league is health, as all teams would like to remain healthy this season as they fight for the Larry O'Brien Trophy next summer. The 2020-2021 season saw an insane amount of injuries to key players on playoff teams that helped to decide the outcome of the playoffs. Some of these injuries include Kawhi Leonard's partially torn ACL, Jamal Murray's fully torn ACL, Anthony Davis's groin injury, LeBron, Kyrie, and Trae Young's ankle sprains, along with James Harden's hamstring injury. These are just 7 of the countless injuries we saw to major players throughout this past season, and the NBA playoffs kind of became a battle of who can stay the healthiest for the longest time. As we enter this season, some of these guys will still be out while they recover from injuries, and this will have a massive impact on how far their teams can go this year. For example, Kawhi won't return to the Clippers until at least the end of the regular season, if at all, and Jamal Murray will miss at least the first few months of the season, which puts a ceiling on both the Clippers and Nuggets seasons. Injuries are a part of basketball, as they are for all sports, but this past season definitely felt different because teams just couldn't stay healthy at all, and this has been blamed a lot on the incredibly condensed 72-game schedule that was played, as the NBA wanted to finish the season before the start of the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. The 2 top contenders last season were the Nets and the Lakers, and they both had their seasons come to an early end, mostly due to injuries, as LeBron, AD, KD, Kyrie, and Harden all dealt with some sort of injury throughout 2021. These 2 teams are highly expected to meet in the finals next summer, and only one thing is assumed to stand in the way of this matchup: health. As fans, the most important part of deciding whether or not you want to watch a game that doesn't involve your favorite team is whether or not their star player is actually playing. And this past season, there was a pretty good chance that they weren't. Both superstars and role players missed a lot of time between injuries, rest, and contract tracing, and unfortunately contract tracing is just something that has to be dealt with at this point in time, for the safety of every other player on the court and the future of the league, but it really shows how difficult it was to stay on the court this season. Every single NBA fan would agree that it is much more fun to watch a game or playoff series with both teams fully healthy, because that makes it fair for both sides as both teams are on an equal playing ground. It's never fun to win a series over an injured team. Most fans, myself included, would much rather win a series over a healthy team opposed to an injured one, because it always makes you think whether or not they actually deserved it. Obviously, staying healthy is a key to success, but by playing consistently injured teams, it makes winning a little bit less sweet. As we enter the 2021-22 season, the NBA is returning to its normal 82-game, 8-month-long, if you include playoff season. This will help the players get back into their normal groove and will fix the intense schedule problem that the league had this past season. At the time that I'm recording this, we've seen 2 NBA Finals series in the past 11 months, which is absolutely unheard of when it comes to American professional sports, which drastically shortened the offseason and gave multiple teams, especially the Heat and the Lakers, no time to mentally and physically reset themselves for this next season. No team should have been expected to play a long and intense postseason and then return to full-on regular season action just 2 months later, with training camp mixed into all of it. And it became evident for the 2 teams that made the finals that neither were ready to start a new season that quickly, and it showed in their regular season performance and how they fared against health concerns. In the past years, we've seen injuries have an impact on who wins the NBA Finals. For example, in 2017, Chris Paul injured his hamstring when his team was up 3-2 before going on to lose the next 2 games to the future NBA champion Warriors. In 2019, both Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson suffered devastating injuries during the NBA Finals, and their team then fell to the Raptors. And in 2021, multiple teams struggled with at least one major injury or health concern throughout the playoffs that hindered their chances of winning at all. And I want to clarify that I'm not bringing these up to discredit the teams that did win the championship. I'm just simply noting how injuries and health issues alter every single championship run and have a massive impact on who will win the finals. As fans, we all make predictions on what we think will happen during the season, but it is always usually bearing any major injuries. Injuries ruin playoff series as they change an entire team's game plan and force them to think outside the box. Nobody can predict injuries, and they definitely change the way that series and games play out, and it makes some things very disappointing to watch, as you can never truly see the harsh reality as to what would have happened if everyone had stayed healthy. Injuries ruined a lot of series this past year, and unfortunately, we did not get to see some of the series we wanted to see due to health concerns. But this is not to discredit any of the series we did get, as overall the playoffs were still fun to watch, and yet again, congratulations to the Bucks on winning a very well-fought championship. All in all, in order for this season to go off without any issues, teams need to stay fully healthy. With luck, no major players will miss much time this year, and we can crown a champion that truly deserves to hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy next summer. This has been the reasoning as to why health is the key factor that will help to decide the 2021-2022 NBA season. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, make sure you smash that like button and hit the subscribe button to see more content from me. I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy yourselves. Peace.